is Peppa Pig and the Camping Trip. Peppa Pig and her brother George are very excited. They're going on a vacation. Daddy Pig is bringing a surprise. What's that? Asked Peppa when Daddy Pig arrives. It's a camper van, says Daddy Pig. Yes, says Mommy Pig. We boarded it for our trip. It does everything, says Daddy Pig. This button here is for the sink. This one is for the beds. The beds? asked Peppa. Just wait, says Daddy Pig. The camper van is full of surprises. After a long drive, Peppa and her family arrive at the campsite. It's time for bed, says Daddy Pig. But where will we sleep? asked Peppa. Mommy Pig and I will sleep on this bed, says Daddy Pig. And you two will sleep upstairs like you always do, says Mommy Pig. Daddy Pig pushes a button. The camper van's roof is lifting up. The camper van is just like our little house, says Peppa. The next morning, the sun is shining. Since we're outdoors, let's spend the day looking at nature, says Mommy Pig. Good idea, says Daddy Pig. What should we do? Well, there are lots of places we can visit, says Mommy Pig. How about Duckland? What's Duckland? asked Peppa. It's a wide river full of ducks, says Mommy Pig. Peppa and George love ducks. Let's go to Duckland, says Peppa. When they arrive at Duckland, Miss Rabbit gives them their tickets. Enjoy the ducks, she says. But the river is empty. Where are the ducks? asked Peppa. Maybe they're on vacation too, says Mommy Pig. But let's wait for them while we have our picnic lunch. I don't like to wait, Mommy, says Peppa. Cheer up, Peppa. The ducks always turn up when we have picnics, says Daddy Pig. Look, says Peppa. It's the ducks. There are lots of them. All the ducks' brothers and sisters are here. And auntie and uncles. I bet too, says Peppa. What about Granny and Grandpa ducks? asked Mommy Pig. They're here too, says Peppa. It's a whole duck family. I love Duckland. Quack, 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 quack. Soon it's time to head back to the campsite. Everybody in, says Daddy Pig. I know a shortcut back to the camp. A shortcut? Where are we going? Straight ahead, shouts Daddy Pig. The camper van creeps towards the river's edge. But Daddy, says Peppa, we can't drive into the water. Don't worry, says Daddy Pig. Mommy Pig pushes a button on the dashboard. Like I said, this camper van does everything. Daddy Pig drives straight into the river. The camper van has turned into a boat. Ahoy! Peppa and her family arrive back at the campsite. What will we do next? asked Peppa. How about a nature walk? asked Mommy Pig. Splendid idea, says Daddy Pig. The camper van has a treadmill, of course. We'll set it up with a nice view of trees. Peppa laughs. But Daddy, we can't just walk through the woods. and George love to take walks outside. They spot lots of animals. They see a bird, a grasshopper, and a hedgehog. "Hello, hedgehog," says Peppa. Peppa and George keep walking. "Look at all the sticks. Look at all the sticks on the ground," says Peppa. "Daddy Pig told us to collect some on our nature walk. I wonder what they're for." "We'll use them to cook our dinner," says Mummy Pig. "But first, we'll have to pitch our tent." "Tent?" asked Peppa. "What about the camper van?" "No camper van tonight," says Mummy Pig. "We're going to sleep under the stars instead. Everyone helps pitch the tent." "This is the same tent I had when I was a little boy," says Daddy Pig. "It looks a bit little," says Peppa. "It suited me just fine then," says Daddy Pig. "Yes, but you've grown since then, Daddy Pig," says Mummy Pig. "And your tummy has grown most of all," Peppa giggles. "Speaking of tummies, it's time for supper," says Mummy Pig. Daddy Pig builds the fire. They all eat tomato soup. "Time for bed," says Daddy Pig. Peppa and George snuggle into sleeping bags. Stars shoot across the sky above their heads. "Do you miss the camper van, Peppa?" asks Mummy Pig. "Oh no," says Peppa, "unless it has a button for shooting stars." They all giggle. "I love camping!" The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is when they go to Duckland. First they thought there were no ducks, but then thousands of ducks came. Peppa Pig. George catches a cold. Mummy Pig says Peppa and George can play in the rain, but they must wear their clothes to keep dry. But George hates wearing his rain hat, so he throws it in a muddy puddle. Peppa knows that's not a good idea. "Hee!" snorts Grunt. "Come inside, children," calls Daddy Pig. "It's raining too hard now." "Where's your hat, George?" asks Mummy Pig. "Achoo!" replies George. "Oh dear! George has caught a cold." Achoo! George cannot stop sneezing. "Poor little George," says Mummy Pig. "You don't look very well." "Don't worry, I'll call Dr. Brown Bear," says Daddy Pig. "Will George go to the hospital?" asks Peppa. "No, George has to go to bed," replies Daddy. "So George is not truly sick then," says Peppa disappointed. "George, you will have to stay in bed until you're better," says Daddy Pig. "Why?" asks George. "Because you have to keep warm," says Daddy. "Dr. Brown Bear is here to see George. Open wide and say, 'Ah,'" he says. George is a little afraid of Dr. Brown Bear. He hides under the sheets with Mr. Dinosaur. Dr. Brown Bear asks Peppa to show George that he does not have to be scared. "Ah," says Peppa. George laughs and comes out of under his sheets. He opens his mouth so Dr. Brown Bear can look. "Ah," says George. George has caught a cold, says Dr. Brown Bear. Dr. Brown Bear tells Mummy Pig he can have some warm milk at bedtime to help him sleep. Thank you, Dr. Brown Bear, says Mummy Pig. You're welcome. Goodbye, says Dr. Brown Bear, before driving off in his special white car. The next morning, George wakes up early. The warm milk made him sleep very well. Roar! Cries George, waking up Peppa. He's feeling much better. Roar! It's a lovely sunny day, but George is wearing his rain hat. He does not want to catch another cold. Hee. Oh, George, you don't need to wear your hat when it's warm and sunny, Mummy Pig tells him. Hee. Everyone laughs. George never goes in the rain without his hat again. The end. What's your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is where George wakes up Peppa early in the morning with Mr. Dinosaur. Peppa Pig in the Backyard Circus. It's a sunny day. Peppa and her friends are visiting Grandpa and Grandma Pig. Grandpa Pig is using his hammer. Bang, bang, bang. It's a circus tent, says Peppa. Hooray! Everyone shouts. Ooh, says Peppa. Can we see the circus, Grandpa Pig? This isn't a circus tent, says Grandpa Pig. It looks like a circus tent, said Peppa. What is it? It's for Granny Pig's garden party, he says. Peppa doesn't know what a garden party is. Grandpa Pig tells her it's a party where grown-ups stand around and talk. It doesn't sound like fun to Peppa. She has a better idea. Let's put on our own show, says Peppa. We'll call it Peppa's Circus. Granny Pig thinks having a circus at her garden party is a very good idea. Everyone wants to join the circus. Danny Dog wants to be the strong man. Emily Elephant wants to be the juggler. My father used to work in a circus, says Emily Elephant. He did? Asked Peppa. What did he do? Peppa knows that sometimes there are elephants in a circus. He was a ticket taker, says Emily. Admit 1. Granny Pig brings the dress-up box. There are lots of fun things inside. Danny Dog finds polka dot shorts and a stick-on mustache. My strongman suit, he says. Peppa finds a hat. Pedro Pony finds a clown costume and a horn. Honk, honk! Rebecca Rabbit does makeup. Hold still, Pedro, she says. Everyone is dressed and ready for the show. Grandpa, says Peppa, I don't have anything to do. Well, you could be the ringmaster, he says. What does the ringmaster do? Asks Peppa. The ringmaster is the boss, says Grandpa Pig. Peppa likes that idea. I would be the ringmaster boss, she says. Good, says Grandpa. You can say, welcome to my circus. Come and see the amazing feats of daring do. Granny's guests start to arrive. Everyone crowds inside the striped tent. Welcome to my circus, shouts Peppa. Come and see the amazing feat. The circus begins. Prepare to be scared, says Peppa. Is that a tiger? Grr, meow. Rebecca asked. No, it's Candy Cat. Now watch the amazing cyclists. Squeak, squeak. George, Richard, and Emerald. Here's the strong man, Danny Dog. Danny shows his muscles. He wants to show the crowd how strong he is. He lifts Peppa. Ooh, says the crowd. Now please welcome Emily Elephant, who will juggle 2 potatoes and 1 egg. Toss, drop, toss, drop, toss, splat. When Pedro Pony the clown walks into the ring, everyone laughs. Spray! Ha ha ha! Everyone laughs again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and elephants, cats and ponies, says Peppa. Thank you for coming to my circus. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is where Danny Dog lifts Peppa. And also I have another favorite part. It is where Peppa says feet, like the foot feet.